Royce's Friends.
Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Royce the Voice, Orange Click, Orange Leaders. Shout out to K Team, and good day to everybody. And we're just going to get straight to the point, man. I know a lot of people, are feeling, we're having mixed feelings about what went on, yesterday with the nine individuals that passed. Kobe Bryant, including with his daughter and some other teammates on his daughter's team and their families and stuff. We just want to send our condolences to the families there, and I definitely don't want to elaborate on everything that's going on because I know the families are still grieving. I'm pretty sure they're still gathering information. So the one thing that I don't want to do is just give off false information, but basically just be general and just say, you know, um, my condolences and love to those families out there and to anybody out there, man, that has somebody, um, your family members, anybody, boyfriend, girlfriend, man. You tell them you love them. I know it sounds cliche, but you tell them that you love them every day. You tell something about them that you love or that you like about them, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the people that just came up in here. What up, Mike Burnett? My guy, what's good? What up? What up, Esmer? What up, Esmer? What it good? Her favorite thing to say is "I believe." I'm glad you believe. We still pushing here, man. But what I really what I want to get into, which I may tie into as far as this whole Kobe Bryant issue or whatnot. But what the main thing I want to talk about is okay. So the other day, and I wrote this post or whatever. Shout out to everybody that came in. The title of this show is called "Full Time Mommy." All right. Now I'm gonna tell you why it's called that. And once again, I tell y'all, I come to y'all as a broken vessel. Y'all seen me grow, and I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong or when I fuck up. Somebody correct me. So I've had one of our listeners, she hit me up and she corrected me on some things. We came to some type of compromise on maybe a way for me to say what I said again, and hopefully you won't take it out of context. So we had, like 70 or 80 comments, and they were kind of split up. Some agreed with what I was saying, some didn't. And to the ones that didn't, I think that they need a fair chance to understand the context that it was taken in. So I'm going to read this real quick on what I said, and then I'll explain it. So it says, shout out to everybody out there, man. It says, based on experience, on my experience, if a woman's profile says full-time mommy, it says two things to me. No job and doesn't plan on getting one. That sounds harsh, don't it? I know. See, now don't get me wrong. I know plenty of single women who are full-time moms and full-time students and full-time workers that make it happen. I'm speaking on the ones who expect everything from a man and give nothing in return. But pussy, I believe we men are the cause of this in some point. We have to have standards in the women we pick to be with rather than to kick it or to make something for real happen. What we are doing by involving yourself with this situation is telling the woman she has to do nothing to be pursued, to have no standards. Stop dealing with women who just offer good pussy. If a woman gets upset when you tell her she needs to work, run. It's 2020. Teamwork makes the dream work. So I know that sounded cocky as shit, misogynistic, chauvinistic, narcissistic, all that. It probably did. And, even with me reading it right now, I was like, damn, that was kind of harsh. So let me explain what I mean by that. All right. Shout out to everybody that just came up in here. Shout out to everybody in Josh's watch party. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I meant by that. And this is based off of my experience. And in a way, I'm kind of shaming myself on what level I put myself on mentally to the women that I would pursue when I was younger and in the past. Okay. So in my experience, when I would see a woman that would have full-time mommy on there on her status, and well, not the status but the profile. All right, before I had the mentality, when I used to talk to those type of women, you know what I'm saying, that was a full-time mom, and in my eyes I meant these are the ones that say they're full-time but they're not working. They're not getting any type of like traditional type of income, you know what I'm saying, to keep everything running. They're living off their baby daddy. I have lived with women like that before in my past that would live off their baby dad. So you have to kind of understand the PTSD that I have for kind of prejudging that. So it would be those type of women that expect everything from a man. They have this long list of things that they want a man to do. but at the same time, they can't contribute the same essentials of what they're asking for. You know what I'm saying, or what they're requesting. Shout out to y'all, man. And it became a problem for me. And then I started looking at myself, and I was like, man, why do I keep choosing like the same women? You know what I mean? And when I was talking to one of the listeners the other day, she was like, well, maybe that might be a reflection of yourself, because it sounded like I was coming off kind of bitter in a way. You know what I mean? Because in my experience, I've always been that one to be like, oh, okay, I can be the one to save the motherfucking day. And then realize, man, you cannot save anybody in this mud. They got to save themselves. But I also looked at those women that were full-time moms that didn't work and just lived off of everybody else. I'll keep it real. At that time, I saw it as a come-up. You know what I'm saying? And that's a doggish way. I saw it as a come-up because I'm like, oh, man, she ain't doing nothing with her life. You know what I'm saying? I'll fuck with her. It ain't going to hurt nothing. You know what I'm saying? We on with it. But I'm not thinking about the damage that I am doing to that particular woman. You know what I'm saying? Even if she's not even aware of it. Because some of those type of women who do that are in that lifestyle. They stay in that lifestyle, and you trying to tell them different offends them. It's almost like an insult to tell them that they need to progress. You feel what I'm saying? So now the reason why I say it's part of a man's fault is because I think within ourselves, we wonder, why do we deal with these type of women? Why did this stuff happen all the time with a particular woman in our life? We don't ever seem to look at ourselves and be like, damn, my dude, have you ever, looked at your life and see what kind of position your life is in? Do you have the same energy she does? Are you not doing shit with your life either? You know what I mean? Are you afraid to step up to that level? Because if you're on level 5 and you're on level 5, and this is not to talk about anybody. Shout out to everybody that's coming in. This is not to talk about anybody, but if you're on level 5, naturally you're not going to look for a level 2 or a level 1 person. This ain't got nothing to do with looks or anything. This has just got to do with the total package of the person that's going to be in your life that's going to make you 100% happy. If we don't choose at our level that we're at, or if we don't choose as somebody that's above our level, we're never going to learn anything. If you choose somebody that's below your level, you're never going to learn anything, and definitely they're not going to learn anything because they're not trying to hear the shit you're trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, birds of a feather flock together. And throughout my life, I made a huge judgment because now I know that every woman is not like that. I've heard there's comments on here where people say, well, what if they're saying that their kids come first, 24/7. You know what I mean? There were a bunch of hand claps on that. And you're right. You're right. There are women out there, like Monica said, and I think my girl Brittany Hill said, Monica said on there, she was like, well, there's different breeds, when it comes to full-time mommies. There's some mommies that know how to, work their money in places where they don't have to clock in and do a 9 to 5. She was like, we cut from a different cloth. She said, I don't know the women you talking about, but I'm cut from another cloth to where I know how to make my money work. And I applauded her for that. And I'm not talking about the women that know what to do with their money or with their responsibilities. If you are just a full-time mom, and no, I'm not talking about wives whose husbands making bukus of cheese and y'all staying at home being full-time moms. So, well, if that's what you decide to do, that's what you decide to do, because you got a support system to do that. I'm speaking of the ones that sit back, relax, collect that check from the government, okay, because we need to get off of that mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it has a lot to do, to be honest, and this is where I kind of type in with just, having a father figure in your life, especially for, like, a female. And I think that's one of the major things a young adolescent needs, or a young woman needs in that stage of her life, is to show her what a real man is about. You know what I'm saying? Because she grows up without a father. She's thinking she doesn't need a man. So she's really just trying to validate her feeling into just saying, fuck it. I'm going to fuck with all these dudes here. I get pregnant, whatever. I just love my children. I don't need a man. I don't need anything. I don't need nothing. Full-time mommy. Maybe that's the mentality. I'm not sure. But I wanted to get on here and clear some things up and actually really apologize if I did offend anybody. I didn't mean it like that. But I really want to see all of my people progress, and especially if we're talking about full-time moms. If you're a full-time mom and you're single and you're not working, all right, for whatever reason, I'm not talking about maybe if you're handicapped, I'm talking about for lackadaisical reasons, for sloth, I just advise you to step it up because your children are looking up to you. And then these men, like the man I used to be and the men that are out there right now, they're looking at y'all like baits because they're seeing they're not doing anything with their lives except collecting checks. So why would I bring something valuable into their life if they don't care about anything else? Look, I have lived it up and down. You know what I'm saying? I done been with the hoodest of the people, and I done been with the bougiest of the people. I done been in the dirtiest of the streets, and I done been to Pennsylvania Avenue. You know what I'm saying? So I know all different walks of life, and I've seen all different walks of life, and this is what I see the most. You know what I mean? So on top of that, if I didn't apologize already, I'm going to tell y'all again, I do apologize if I offended anybody. But that's the PTSD that I have. Shout out to, who's that? Oh, what's up, Lawson? Nicole. Oh, what's up, Nicole? She says, full-time mommy to me always meant single mom. No help, job, or not. I guess I'm not in the know. I called myself a full-time mommy because I have sole custody of my kids. I have a job and other streams of income as a singer and actor. Oh, man, have to check you out. I say full-time mommy because that's a huge full-time job with no breaks and etc. Oh, hold on. I kind of tapped on etc. And it's my most important job. With the I don't know. Hey, Nicole, I feel you. And I guess if you haven't tuned in earlier, I'm not sure. But since I just read yours, I hope that you hear that I'm not speaking of a particular woman like you. I applaud you. You know what I'm saying, for doing what you need to do as a single mom, you know what I'm saying, without that help because of the circumstances. What I'm talking about specifically are the ones who take advantage of that, who take advantage of a child support check, who take advantage of the government system, and they are capable and able of doing for themselves or getting a job, at least trying. You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of women I'm talking about. And that's what really gave me the PTSD, because in my past dealing with women, I would subject myself to those women. I would go after those type of women because of the type of person I was. I was insecure with myself. I was insecure with my surroundings and my responsibilities. I wasn't taking care of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I looked down upon myself subconsciously. Therefore, I'm looking for somebody that's at the same level that I am, not even knowing it. And then, yeah, I got the nerve to complain about it. How dare me? But, you know, that's the part of the growth in me. You know what I'm saying? I really can't judge a book by its cover. But if you've experienced the book before, I think that's where PTSD comes from. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm trying to do is have a solution. What we got here? I thought that was for me. My bad. Okay, so shout out to everybody still out there. You know what I'm saying? But my solution is this, and I'm going to talk directed to the men on this one, all right? All right, men, listen. If you're looking for a particular woman, before you do that, before you pursue somebody, look at yourself. Look at yourself for a minute. Be honest with yourself and ask yourself, where am I at right now in my life that is compatible to the person that I want to be with or that I want to pursue? Because the last thing a woman needs that's trying to progress is somebody like you who's not trying to, and you running her down, giving her high hopes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Men, on another tip, if you're talking about I love the black woman, okay, we should be aware enough to know when our black women are down, when they're failing, or they may be misguided. You know what I'm saying? If we got that particular knowledge to get that girl off of her feet or to take her to higher ground, introduce her to something on another level than where she's at without taking advantage of her, we can play that part too. You know what I'm saying? And I've played a part in it being younger, and I know there's men out there still doing it, and then yet here we are arguing back and forth with each other that men need to do this, men need to do that, women need to do this, women need to do that. Well, how about we fix ourselves first? You know what I'm saying? Once again, shout out to all the full-time mamas that are really putting in that work, that are really not depending on another man to help them. Not saying that you don't need a man. It's just that you're dependent on yourself, and you know that if anybody else is going to do it, it's going to be you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. I'm only speaking to the ones that take advantage of the system. And I've heard y'all talk about it on the comments. I know y'all feel me. And I'm not bashing y'all. I'm just telling you guys, where there's a will, there's a way. You know what I'm saying? There's too many children out there that need their fathers and their mothers. Shout out to Jessica Christine. Scoot up. It's far more important to me that the father wants to be in the child's life than any check. Amen to that. Yes, Miss Jessica Christine, you are so right. You know what I'm saying? Because money comes and goes. It's really about that time that you spend with that child. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're gonna go on the pin that one. That's a nice one. I'm gonna say that again. It's far more important to me that the father wants to be in the child's life than any check. That statement deserves a check right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a great statement. You know what I'm saying, Jessica? Great statement, man. It's deeper than the money. Money can come and go. Yeah, we've seen plenty of movies where, the dad comes back into life and, he wants to throw money and stuff at you. That has nothing to do with it. You're actually damaging the relationship just throwing money in there. Yeah, that's not really being the father. That's just really the law. That's just the law. But being a father is not it's something not within the law. It's something moral. It's something divine. It's something that automatically should come in your heart to do. You know what I'm saying, for your child. And I'm definitely speaking to the daughters out there. You know what I mean. So also I want to oh yeah, did anybody see that what was that thing? Oh, they were talking about this thing with okay, so we're going back to Kobe Bryant real quick because I'm trying to blend this in. Not specifically his death, but did y'all see how over the years, before they started showing all this stuff, how close he was to his daughter? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to who's that hit up? What up, Cameron Howard? Love those my Dukes. Ah, you already know, man. Love those mamas all day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to my mama. Shout out to my mama out there. Shout out to everybody's mama out there. Hey, good looking on that Cameron Howard. That's another legend, you know what I'm saying, in Tullahoma, Tennessee. But anyway, just going back to what I was saying, Kobe Bryant was a wonderful father to his daughter, you know what I'm saying? And you see the effect on that. You see the effect when a father is in a daughter's life. You know what I mean? The lack of that, it just really creates that mentality that once I'm speaking of again, that I'm looking for because my lack thereof. You feel what I'm saying? My lack thereof of myself and how I feel about myself, that energy is going to go directly to that person that I'm looking for it. You know what I'm saying? Or that energy, her energy may be sitting right there too. And then we find each other and we both in the dumps. We both ain't doing shit with our lives. You know what I'm saying? I just encourage those mothers that are taking advantage of the system and taking those checks and not being really responsible, but you want to claim full-time mommy. I think that's a good way to twist it. I'm speaking for the real full-time mommies, all right? For those perpetrators out there, I think y'all need to listen up close. So look at these comments or even on my page where these comments are at. That's a real full-time mom to me with these examples that we've had up here in the comments. The ones that go to school, the ones that try to put food on the table. They got a job, multiple jobs, different ways for them to make money, finding babysitters here and there. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with baby daddy issues, which my baby daddies need to step the fuck up. This is getting old. You know what I'm saying? This is really getting old. It works hand in hand. But shout out to those real mothers out there that are doing their thing. Man, what's up? Dunlap? Jermaine Dunlap, what's the deal? Shout out to the fathers. That's another good father out there. You know what I'm saying? He's always out there with his kids, and he's participating with his kids and doing things. And, I've never met his kids before, but I've seen his kids grow through Facebook. And my brother's doing a really good job at that. So shout out to all the fathers that are taking care of their kids. Shout out to all the mothers that are taking care of their kids. And the ones that are not taking care of their kids, y'all need to take notes. Real talk, man. We got a whole generation to raise. And you don't want niggas that used to be like me coming to holler at your daughter. You know what I'm saying? Because she don't give a fuck about nothing. You dig what I'm saying? The kids need you in your lives. Let's stop perpetrating about being a full-time mom. You want that job? You really want that job? You really doing what you say that you doing? Well, them kids need to see results. Real talk, man. Once again, shout out to everybody out there that's hitting up. Who we got here? Yep, we got Mike Burn Up. What's up, my guy, man? I haven't heard from you in a long time, my brother. At all, y'all. But anyway, I'm not gonna hold you guys long. I just wanted to clear some things up. You know what I mean? Once again, shout out to all the great mothers out there, the full-time moms out there. And even if y'all know anybody that's like that, what I speak of, man, be a friend and holler at them. You know what I'm saying? it's not just about you, man. It takes a village to raise it, to raise a child, to raise this generation, man. It takes a village, man. I appreciate that, Jermaine, man. I appreciate that, homie. That means a lot coming from you, my brother, man. Proud of you also, man. Shoot, man, you should call in sometime, man. Real talk. I also want to thank all the people that checked out the Monica Blake story, Beating Black and Blue. Shout out to Jared Dalton Agency, you know what I'm saying, for sponsoring this little event here. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to Anchor too. If you guys ain't got Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. But no, if y'all don't have Anchor, man, y'all should download that and check out the podcast. Of course, it's all on other streams, Apple Podcasts. We got Spotify, we got Deezer or Geezer or Google Play. All the major outlets out there. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, as you see it right now, is Royce's Rant. And what's that again? Oh, okay. But and also for the podcasters out there that are looking for a nest, like I said, just going back to Anchor. Anchor is it's a good way to get paid. As a matter of fact, we're gonna run that for a minute, and so y'all can see what I'm talking about, and we'll be right back for the closing. In a countdown.
Voices. Right.
Contact the Jared Dalton Agency for all of your social media management needs. We do promo videos, graphics, and content creation on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So contact the Jared Dalton Agency today at www.jareddaltonagency.com.
The police department is there for justice, and I feel like they failed at that miserably.
Guilty to assault, the rape charge was dropped.
I'm appreciative for the settlement, but it's not what I asked for. What I asked for was justice. I would never want to be a police officer ever again.
911, what is your emergency?
Voices. Right.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Royce the Voice, Orange Click, Orange Leader. Shout out to K-Team. It's just like magic. Just got water out of nowhere, man. It was magic. I don't know what happened. But yeah, shout out to Jared Dalton Agency. Shout out to Monica Blake. Real talk for sharing your story. For you guys that want to go back and check that out. We're going to be posting that up. Pretty much throughout the week or whatever. We're going to have watch parties. We can have discussions about it. We want to make sure we get this thing out there virally because it was a very important message, very important story. So shout out to her and shout out to all the listeners out there. And once again, as we wrap this up, shout out to the full-time mommies. Shout out to the full-time daddies out there. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the full-time parents. And for those of you who lack thereof, I just ask that you guys step it up. I'm encouraging you to because we need you. We need you. Your kids need you. And if you got a friend that does the same thing, y'all do the same thing. What's up, man? It is a big effect, my boy. It is a big effect. Shout out to Johnny Lovett out there, man. We love you, big bro. But we're going to close this out. Shout out to all you guys that tuned in to Royce's Rant. You can check me out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, YouTube, as you see right there on the screen and all that jazz like that. Shout out to Orange Click, Orange Leader. Shout out to K-Team, as we got Marcus's big-ass head over here. You can't even see. Say what's up real quick. Say hello. Hello, people. Hi. Okay. Well, you just saw that. And we got more coming from him, man. But we love you guys, man. This is Royce's Rant. I'm Royce Massengill, and we're signing out.
Voices. Right.